My next guest was the longest-serving Republican leader in U.S. Senate history and the 1996 Republican presidential nominee. His latest book is Great Presidential Wit, I Wish I Was in the Book. Please welcome Senator Bob Dole. Thanks for being here. You look fantastic.
Who was that old fellow on just before me?
Oh, Socrates, yeah. You went to school with him, I understand.
No, he was in... I think he was in the Senate early on. Yeah. He served with Senator Thurman.
Yeah.
But...
How are you? You really do look fantastic. You look like you're getting a lot of sun.
All that Botox I came up with today.
You know, last time, this is a true story, last time you were on the show as a guest, we were talking, and you said you said that you would love to do a Pepsi ad with Britney Spears. Since then, you've done one. It's quite famous. I think, well, let's just show a quick clip of it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Easy boy.
That's funny, you made it happen.
Yeah, I flew all the way from Washington to L.A. to Los Angeles to say two words, easy boy.
Right.
And I got about 5 dirty old man letters, you know, later.
People accusing you of being a dirty old man.
Yeah, and I wrote back that I wasn't barking, it was a dog, you know, I was just watching television. But I really came here tonight to confirm that I'm not responsible for the breakup with Brittany and Justin.
That's what all the tabloids are saying.
But they're all saying, but, you know, we had a nice time. I didn't get to meet her, but...
You didn't meet her? You did the ad, you didn't meet her?
I met Ted, a dog, but...
Wait, you flew all the way out there and you got to hang out with the dog and not
Well,
Brittany?
even I didn't hang out with him long. They said, now, don't worry if he doesn't bark. Just say your words and you know, we'll put the bark in later.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, I got a year's free Pepsi and she got $10 million, so, you know...
Sounds to me like you need a better agent.
I think so. I don't know what kind of agent I need, but at my age, you don't want to hire anybody for too long a time. You know, if I order 3-minute eggs, I got to pay in advance. But in any event,
now, speaking of, you mentioned an old friend of yours, Strom Thurmond, an old colleague. This is a guy who probably refers to you as Sonny Boy or Kid, or thinks of you as a punk kid. I mean, it must be nice to... How is he doing? How's his health?
I know he's doing well because every time I see him, he says, "You would have been a great president." And that's enough for me. I mean, that's all it took.
Right, right.
And then he always asks us, "How's that good-looking wife of yours?" And, you know, they have that Carolina accent. And Strom, you know, is really a great person. He's a unique guy, and he's going to be 100 years old on December 6th.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And my mother-in-law is going to be 101 on May 22nd.
Oh, wow.
So, any event.
You know, Tom Brokaw told me once, he said the thing about Strom Thurmond is he's a little frisky around the ladies still. He hasn't lost that fire.
His eyesight's still 20/20.
Yeah.
I mean, but his reach is not as good as it was. But
that can get in the way, yeah. How is, do you still speak at all with Senator Joe Lieberman?
Oh, we speak a lot. In fact, he's now a member of the Losers Club. I invited him the day after the election.
You invited him to join you in the Losers Club?
Well, I mean, I'm in there with McGovern and Mondale and, you know, and I told Joe, I said, there are no dues,
right.
No speeches, there's no media,
right.
There's nothing. And you qualify, because, you know, we all qualified.
Right.
We worked hard to get there. But he's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. And
he's a funny man, too,
funny
as
yeah.
you are. Your wife, Elizabeth, is now running for the Senate. And you are helping her. You're going to go out and campaign for her. Is that right?
I am, as soon as she gets a bigger lead. You know,
well, her lead is pretty substantial now.
It's not big enough for me to go down there, you know.
What kind of lead does she need before you can step in?
What they call insurmountable. You know. But my numbers are better since I left politics. I mean, people have forgotten who I what I did. They think I sell Pepsi most of the time.
Right. Well, there's probably a whole generation now that only knows you from those advertisements. Are you sensing that? There must be young kids that don't know you.
Well, I introduced President Bush at a high school audience in Maryland here several months ago, and they introduced me first. And I got a big applause, almost as big as the president's. And it's because of the Pepsi thing. They didn't know who I was.
It's just kids.
Oh, that guy was in the Pepsi commercial. And,
yeah, I know, and there's the president, yeah.
Oh, there's President Bush, yes. But I see him now and then. I drive by the White House a lot and, wave. And I'm not going to run anymore, though. I think a younger generation's coming along, so. Well,
let me ask you about, this might be an interesting situation if your wife is elected to the Senate and Hillary Clinton, of course, in the Senate already. You and former President Clinton will both be in this unique situation where your wives are in the Senate. Will you go? Will you visit them together in the Senate?
We'll be in the spouse club then.
Yeah.
Two of us. And of course, you have to have a president of the spouse club. And I'm planning a strategy already to, this time I'm going to win.
This time you will beat that man, yeah.
But we're going to set up in the gallery. We've already talked about it. And set up, and when Hillary or Elizabeth say anything, we'll boo and hiss and play on.
Just the two of you sitting up there eating sandwiches and booing.
Which you can't do in the Senate. You get thrown out.
Right.
But, anyway, I've had a good life since I left politics. But I didn't know I'd be coming back in. But Elizabeth's doing a great job in her campaign, and I hope she wins.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you must be very proud. You must be very proud indeed. The book, I think you were the man to write this book, Great Presidential Wit. I Wish I Was in the Book, which is a very funny title. But there are really you look through here, some fantastically funny things that presidents have said, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not intentionally. But probably the funniest president would be Lincoln. Do you think?
We rank the presidents. They're ranked on everything else. We said, we'll rank them on humor, and Abraham Lincoln is #1. And you got to remember that Lincoln lived through very tragic times. He was described as a tragic figure himself, and then personal tragedy, Civil War, everything. But his kind of humor would be, he'd look at an audience like this. Somebody jumped up and said, "Mr. Lincoln, you're two-faced." He said, "If you think I had another one, I'd keep the one I have." That was Lincoln humor in the 1860s.
Right, he's very quick, yeah.
But I think he used humor just to sort of get through life. I mean, he had so many problems and so many troubles. But if you can make fun of yourself and have a little fun in life, everybody ought to try that. We even have in our Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I mean, the Constitution says we're supposed to laugh and have late-night shows and things like that. So,
I didn't think it meant late night. It is my constitutional right that I have a late-night show.
Well, it's also your right to go to bed and not watch it. So.
Great Presidential Wit, I Wish I Was in the Book, is available now. Senator Dole, it's a real thrill when you come by on the program. We're very honored to have you always, and thank you for being here.
Congratulate Liza, and happy birthday coming up Thursday.
Wow, this guy did his homework. Thank you very much. Senator Bob Dole, thank you. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with Beulah. Get on up, stay on the scene, get on up, like a sex machine, get on up, get on up.
The prophecy says tomorrow we conquer.
My prophecy says you're dead. The Scorpion King is a thrill-a-minute joyride with non-stop rock-solid action. It's pure fun, pure entertainment that will totally blow you away. The Rock is the action hero for the new millennium. Catch this. The Scorpion King. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday.
New Bacardi Silver premium malt beverage. 5% alcohol by volume. Your night just got more interesting.
Meet Kate, the Dark Raven. Darkness is her power. That's why she uses new Woolite Dark, the first dark laundry detergent, helping keep her costume its blackest, which leads to her own film and a major award. New Woolite Dark Laundry, and your clothes will love you back.
When you think of Italy, you think of things like the latest fashions. Want to go to Subway? But best of all, great tasting bread.
Our new roasted garlic on Italian starts with classic Italian bread, and then we top it with roasted garlic and spices and bake it all together.
Subway!
Every road is different, but the question's the same. What's in your heart, your head, and your shoes?
Dr. Scholl's Advantage Sport Insoles improve stability and recycle energy for that extra edge. Dr. Scholl.
Look, feel, do better.
1 part tulip, 2 parts French vanilla, and a pinch of fresh sand. Swedish Home by Ethan Allen. All the ingredients you need to make an elegantly simple home.
Tonight on Last Call, Christina Applegate on landing her role in The Sweetest Thing.
Give me one hot actress that didn't get the part.
I can't tell you, Carson.
Just one.
Carson after Conan on NBC.
Cadillac DeVille with the Northstar V8 standard. Overpower road challenges, large and small. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Visit your Metroplex Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.